In today's video, we're gonna draw animals. Are you ready?
Most people who talk to me about drawing animals always mention that they feel a bit intimidated. This is natural, as we are more exposed and thus more familiar with the human shape, so the brain is tricked into believing it's easier. But generally, when you stop seeing something as a human or an animal or any other object for that matter, and instead you start looking at it as a group of lines, shapes, forms, light, and shadows, you remove the barrier of what you think you know and focus on what you actually see. And this is why you start by using a reference and observing the subject. I'm going to start by drawing a horse. Every time I draw an animal, I like to start with the head. This helps me establish the proportions and make sure all the following elements go together in harmony. When using a reference, make sure you take the time to really observe the animal. Look at the lines, the shapes, and how all its parts come together as one. Look for details, the transition of the jaw to the neck, the girth of the body, and how it gives way to powerful yet rather skinny legs. Now let's start inking the black lines. During this process, you will make the last decision as to what lines of the sketch you choose to go over. Take your time. This is the moment where you fix mistakes. I then erase the sketch lines and proceed adding the colors. The colors will help me define the shape of the horse and add any necessary lights and shadows. I like bright, bold colors for this horse to really make it pop. The particular details you add to your drawing is what is going to define your style. Finally, I like to go over the black lines one more time in certain areas to fix any color blots and give the drawing a final weight. And there you have it, a horsey. Number 2, keep it simple. As the saying goes, less is more. When you're starting up, unless you're drawing a realistic rendering of the animal, try and keep your drawing simple. I find it useful to begin the sketches with familiar, basic shapes. Using geometric shapes as a basis of your drawing keeps you in familiar territory with shapes you already know, and nearly every drawing ever made has been derived from them. It will also help you establish a sense of symmetry and balance, which comes in handy later on. For this fish, I start with an oval-like shape for the body. Then you can draw the tail. Make it fun, make it different. Try to give it a bit of movement if you can. Triangular shapes make up the fins and another oval and circle for the mischievous eye. For coloring a fish, you can pretty much use the whole palette. You can either combine bright tropical colors, or you can even play around with a monochromatic scheme if you want. Finally, we give it some more detail and thicken the outline to frame the fish. You can always add some little bubbles to make it more playful. And there you have it. Number 3, emphasize prominent features. When observing your reference, look for any prominent features the animal may have. Which ones stand out to you? Concentrating on the animal's key features will help you define its shape easier and transfer that vision more effectively to your drawing. For this exercise, I am drawing my favorite animal, a dog. For me, one of the prominent features of a dog is his nose, always smelling, looking for that next treat. So this guy gets a big nose right here. He's going to be playing with a ball, so alert ears and a straight up tail will help me convey that cheerful energy dogs possess. For contrast, I will keep its body simple. Prominent features not only help you identify the animal clearly, but it can also aid you in giving it a unique personality, particularly when drawing cartoons. When coloring your drawings, don't be afraid to refer to the color wheel and the different color combinations. This might sound basic, but trust me, it will change your outlook each time you refer to it, making your color palette an ever-expanding one. You might want to check out the video above where we talk about color harmony. My style is cartoonish, so I don't dwell on details. Instead, I try to compose the animal utilizing simple lines, shapes, and colors that, when seen together, give a unique representation of what I'm drawing. In episode 6, How to Define Your Art Style, I speak about how artists have different styles. The card up top will take you to the video, and I will also put a link on the description below in case you want to watch it later. Finish up with some details, and there you have it, a doggy. So, are you ready to draw some animals?
Yes, I love drawing animals.
Awesome! So if you like the video too, you can leave us in the comments some photos of the animals you drew.
And remember to punch that subscribe button and a little bell to get notifications when our next video is about to come out.
See you next time.
Bye!